thank you back for joining us. This is our third guest on this incredible Saturday for December 18th. She is the founder and CEO of Women of Valor. Get it up for Miss Max. How you say it? Maxayn Gooden. How are you today, Maxayn?
I'm good.
Yes, how was your week?
It was good. Am I in camera view?
Yeah, you're good. Okay. So, yes, I'm glad you're here. Your friend Brian Ambition referred you to you. So I have to get you on here. So he told me you're an awesome person. You're definitely doing it, and I'm honored to have you here. I think we connected before previously, but we never connected before. Yeah. So can you tell us more about yourself and Who is she?
Yeah. So my name is Maxayn.
Maxayn, I want to say it right.
Max is fine. And I am the director and founder of Women of Valor 74, and also the director and founder of Job World 18 Mentoring. And Women of Valor 74 is a program that is a women's empowerment program. We do panel discussions, we do workshops, we do life coaching. Job World 18 is a mentoring program. And so we mentor young men between the ages of 12 and 18. Right now we are located at Boys Latin, so we mentor the middle and the high school students. And that came about from the death of my son.
Oh, wow. Sorry to hear that.
He was a Boys Latin student, and he was murdered November of 2017. He was a senior. So now I am just a that. Yeah.
Wow. I feel I might remember that story. Yeah. Boys, I remember that. So you know the principal now. What's his name? Robert Parker.
He's the middle school principal.
Oh, middle school. Yeah, he worked at. I met him at an event at Grass a couple years ago. Okay. So now he's the principal. Okay.
The middle school.
Yeah. Okay.
And, they have Principal Uthman as the principal at the high school.
High school. Okay. Yeah. So okay. Wow, that's a lot. That's a big honor to carry your son's memory legacy with you. You know, because. Wow, that's something you give them every single day. You can't shake from it. Just like So who was? We'll go back to that. But who was Max growing up?
Max was so I'm from North Philly.
Okay.
And I moved all over North Philly. We lived at 6 in Cayuga. Then we moved even into the projects, and then lastly we moved up 20th and Cambria. So I grew up in North, and I currently live in the Northeast. I've had 3 beautiful children, of course, one which has passed. I have an older son that's 27, and I have a daughter that's 12.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, what was your life growing up? What was it like growing up, besides the experiences, and what led you to start Women of Valor?
So, Women of Valor 74 came about my experience as a young girl growing up. I wanted to talk about topics and give young girls a voice to discuss things that are very taboo in African American families. We have generations of women and girls that have been molested within the family. No one talks about it. We continue moving forward. And I too, growing up, was molested inside of my family. And so I wanted to give young girls a voice, but to also let them know, I grew up in North Philly. It doesn't stop you from becoming who you want to be. You have a voice in what has happened to you, so let's talk about it.
Yeah, definitely talk about that. So basically you growing up, you experienced life, and you started Women of Valor 74.
Yes.
So it's basically you go to schools, like kind of do mentoring program with the boys, or do like workshops in the building, or how's that?
So Women of Valor 74, that mentoring program for young girls, it was for the ages 12 to 18. The mentoring program is on hold as of right now, but we were doing it downtown. I'm going to restart it. And that's only because after the death of my son, I was too busy working on Job World 18 and getting that situated. But since the mentoring, they both are, Women of Valor 74 was started in the beginning of 2017. And Job World 18 was started at the end of 2017. Since we began Women of Valor 74, in the beginning of 2017, we just grown into so much more than just mentoring.
So you do workshops, you do panel discussion, life coaching, and empower and lift our community. So do you have any stories of one person that came from your program that has benefited from it now?
Oh, I can give you a list.
Okay, go ahead.
I give you a list. Like, I had so many of the girls that were with me, and they're like 16 or 17, and their moms, send pictures and something. And I'm like, oh my God, look at her, she's growing up. That's my woman of valor. You know what I mean? And they are grateful for some of the things that the girls learned in the program. Even my life coaching women that I get, you know what I mean? It really helps them. So I get a lot of great feedback. The workshops that I do, the panel discussions that I do, and just the work that I do within a community, just a lot of great feedback.
So you just said you are a life coach as well. So what made you decide where you pursue to be a life coach?
I love helping people. And I feel like a lot of women, because of generational curses, because of things that have impacted them growing up, sometimes they get stuck, right? Because sometimes they have dreams and stuff they want to achieve, but it's like something that's blocking them and they just can't understand what that is. So I love being a person that can kind of help them see where that blockage is coming from and help them press forward in it to achieve that dream or that goal that they want to achieve. Like, presently I have a life coach client, and hers is communication and confidence. And so we're just talking about where did it come from. And this is our we're going on our third session, but just her second session, she's talking more with her husband. Now she has a friend that she's starting to go out with, and they're talking a little bit more. It's easier for her to communicate, and that's just from the first session, and that makes me feel good because I'm helping her to be a better woman, which is gonna, of course, help her be a better wife, a better parent, things of that nature.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. So now you about your son that passed away. Now you started Job Wolf because it's honor. So what I know at the time, what made you decide, okay, I want to do a mentoring program for him and honor him? It couldn't be done anything else but honor him. What made you decide a mentor program?
So, John Ward 18 first started off as a scholarship program.
Oh, okay.
Because my son played football, 3.5 GPA, leader on and off the skills. So all I basically did, when he was murdered, we had the GoFundMe, and there was so much money left over. And I'm like, okay, what do I do with this? And so I took that money and came about with the scholarship. So we gave away, and we still do, anywhere between $100 to $500 to inner city youth that play football, that have the 3.5 GPA, that have team leadership skills, because I was a football mom, and we know them cleats.
Is that still present right now? That scholarship active right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
How people can how people get registered or apply for that scholarship?
Yeah, so we have a website, and it's called JahWorld, JahWorld 18.org. And on there you can nominate a kid. On there you can also donate to the scholarship and the mentoring program. You can also sign a kid up for the mentoring program, and you can become a mentor. All of that is included on the site that you can fill out. Okay.
Wonderful. Yeah, so I'm about promoting stuff that people that may not understand, and this here, I didn't know that. I know kids will play football, so I think everybody need that scholarship, and college especially is different now. So now I spoke about earlier about how the guy was at Florida State. Now he's going to Deion school now. So how big the HBCUs now coming back? HBCUs getting that culture. The guy want to be a trailblazer for those. You don't gotta go a Power 5 college. You go to any school you want that you designer Destin go to, you know, and he picking HBCU is powerful, you know.
Right. Yes.
So
yeah. And it's important to keep our youth off the streets.
yeah, exactly.
Football teaches them so much. It teaches them discipline. It teaches them how to be part of a team.
Yes.
It teaches them to work with each other, to focus. So football is, and it's a contact sport. And we know most young boys, they like contact. They are very physical. So football is just, my son was that way, same way, just physical. I was like, I'll put you in football. You know what I mean? But I think it's so needed for young boys. It teaches them so much.
So, quick question about the scholarship. Do they gotta be high school, or can it be middle school or elementary school?
Middle or high school.
Okay, well, I had one kid, I knew that he's in 5th grade. so I was like, he goes middle school next year. So, yeah, Cal's thinking like, man, he could be blessed with this too, just to, to get his grades together. So what is next for both businesses? Because I see you at Job World and Morris Lane. Or you see yourself expanding different schools, or are you doing workshops like virtually for boys who want to be part of it, but they can't? They don't go Boys Lane. So are you looking for facilitators or speakers? Because I do workshops.
All of the above. Okay. So we are always looking for men, especially to come in and talk to the boys. We are always looking for volunteers. We are right now, I have not did it virtually as of yet.
Okay.
We've been going to the school, and the program is every other Saturday.
Okay.
There's been I've been doing such a gamut of things with Job World 18 and Women of Valor 74. Like I can't even, I'm trying to keep up with everything. But Job World 18, I've been also on gun violence panels. I'm a speaker for the Soul Shot. I just did a gun violence panel with them the other day. The exhibit that was just featured in Chestnut Hill, I went up there. It was like 300 or 400 people to open an exhibit. My son's portrait was part of that exhibit. I spoke to them. They invited me back again to come and speak to some social workers. Wanted me to come back again. I spoke to some students. And then I was just on a gun violence panel for Soul Shot with another exhibit at Bethlehem, synagogue virtually. So I've been doing a lot of work in the community when it comes to the gun violence thing. So what's your view?
You said you've been to gun violence 3 times, but what is your view of what's going on in the city about gun violence? What is your perspective on it? Why is it such a crisis, even though, what's his name? Krasner said it wasn't a crisis. So like, I watched the news last night. They had Save the Streets especially like Bill Anstey talking about there was some like 528 murders already. It's like what's going on? Like what's your perspective? Should you go out and speak these panels, or is there like kind of theme for a solution, or not a full but also some steps to get these guns off the street? So what's your views on that?
So I always say, number one, I guess I shared the story of my son and the kid he was and who he was.
Okay.
But then you want to leave people with something, some inspiration and some solutions. I think number one, the reason why we have this issue, and I think a lot of people know this, if our leaders don't think it's an issue, we're never going to get nothing done. If no one can say this is a real issue, this is why we're here. We have leaders, let's be honest, they keep, and I'm...
Be transparent. Be transparent. Go ahead.
But I feel like if they have these meetings and it's like chasing their tails. I feel like if you're doing the same thing and nothing's changing, shouldn't we sit back and be like, okay, what are we doing wrong? Because what we continue to do is not working for the city.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel like we have, and I say this over and over, I am a grassroots organization.
Okay.
Everything that I do comes from donations. I did get a one-time grant a few years ago, or out of pocket, because I'm going to do the work regardless. Right. You know, and God's going to bless me along the way.
Amen.
But I feel a lot of organizations, they continue to get so much funding, right? But where are the metrics to what your organization is doing so that we continue to fund, these organizations? I don't see metrics, and they don't particularly, as far as I feel, choose a lot of grassroots organizations to get a chance to do the work with the money. You know what I mean? And I just feel like instead of having politicians and the normal people that we always have at these gun violence panels, they need to utilize others that have been doing the work, grassroots-wise, people that have been through it, right? But are also out here in the community still doing the work and things. So when I speak at these discussions, now I'm not going to lie, and it's a blessing because I see God's taking me a different way. He puts me in front of Jewish people. He puts me in front of people that are not from the inner city.
Right.
He puts me in front of a diverse crowd. And they are so in tune to what I'm saying. And when I tell you, I just say, listen, we need your help. You may not be from here. You may not be our color. But Philadelphia needs your help. You know, whether it's starting a petition. You know what I mean? Whether it's coming and doing volunteering. I just think that we need our city. I don't know what it is, but I think we need others outside of here to come in and help us with what we're dealing with. Yeah,
I agree. Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree because like they see the same thing talking about means and advice going up. You're like, and I was stumbling upon this channel publication forum. They were like doing a forum on Zoom. They was actually recorded on TV, and one of the guys was like, it hit me. He was like, they had some more gun violence days in the year this year. So it's like amazing. There's like they can go into how the season coming up and kids can't go outside. It's like anxiety. I had mental health person up here earlier. So and I mentioned earlier about this woman doing free sessions for young people. You know what I mean? So, you know, so it's a serious issue, and I'm glad you're on the forefront of that, you know, the gun violence, and just, I'm on the side too, trying to get them to think differently, you know? So I even though I'm not in these panel discussions, but I'm here talking to you to think differently, you know what I mean? You know, guys do what you see what's going on TV. You know, a lot of them are scared. A lot of them have anxiety. A lot of them have fear, okay, am I making it to the next day? These are elementary school kids. You know what I mean? So, you know, and we try and give them something different every day. You know, they may not like what we do, but we there to care. You know what I mean? Yes. So, and a lot of youth need care. Plus, you got to think about the pandemic from the being home. And now sometimes you worry about, oh, I got quarantine because some of my class got COVID. I got to be on nuts and these. And you know, so it's a lot of things they got to worry about. And so they can't even be a regular kid. They can't go outside for 5 minutes and then hear gunshots. That scares you, you know. So it's not like how we grew up, you know. So even though it was bad back then, but it was much safer back then because you were paying that care, your lights went on, you got in the house. You know, so no excuses unless your mom told you to go to the store or something like that, but you was in the house, lights came on. So
and I think also, and I'm being transparent. So I feel like a lot of things that we put into law or whatever, as far as Philadelphia is concerned, doesn't make sense. It's like you're literally helping criminals. And I'm not understanding, you know. And so I'm going to be, us as a people, we have to really think about when we say Black Lives Matter. We have to really think about when we say, oh, stop and frisk is a racist thing. We have to really start thinking about those things because I think that's, you know, we don't have to stop and frisk no more. You know, now they have the thing where, you know, if your car is it has a missing light or whatever, they can't pull you over for dumb stuff like that. Right? But I feel like at times, especially now in the time that we're in, that we really, really need those things back because the criminals know they have the upper hand. Right. They do. Right. Ain't no police not going to show up if they show up now. You know, I read an article where a driver hit a skateboard. I don't know if you've read that. I think it was in Mount Airy. He stayed there for 2 hours. Police never showed up. He drove to the district to go tell the officer, I hit someone. Wow. Of course, that skateboarder didn't make it. But I'm like, the police never even showed up after 2 hours. The driver sat there and waited. So when we say defund the police, we got to think about that. We are now in this situation where a lot of them have retired because of that. Right. A lot of them, like, a lot of them, like, well, I need to go home, but y'all saying defund me, so I'm not rushing to no gun scene. So it's like we really have to be careful what we hop on board with and think about it long term before we say, I'm with that, because we don't know the repercussions, to be honest, of what that means. And I think we're suffering repercussions of all of these things right now. Right. Yeah. It does. It's got
take work and a lot of prayer too, a lot of work and resources and people in the community like yourself, myself, to be out there, talk to these kids, talk to these people, and get some ideas out here to get to minimize what's going on, because like, it's getting worse and worse. So since you do all this work, you do all this work for your community, what do you do with self-care?
That's a good question. To be honest, so I will say this. I know when to take a break. I know when to take a break. So actually, I am going away next week.
Wonderful.
For the holidays. I'm bringing no laptop, no nothing. So I know when to take a break. I know when to debrief, because I do a lot, so much back to back. And honestly, when I'm home and I'm debriefing or I'm just relaxing or I want to relax my mind, I do adult coloring books. I love adult coloring books. They relax your mind, because I'm always thinking. But when I color, my brain is just on coloring and looking at the colors, so it allows my mind to relax. Yeah.
Wonderful. Wow. Adult coloring books?
Adult coloring books. Get my little pencils, yeah.
Where you get adult coloring books from?
Right.
Oh, right. Okay.
Amazon.
Wow.
I got different ones. I got like 10 different ones.
I never actually heard of adult coloring. No.
Oh my God, I love them.
Okay.
I love them. Yeah.
So where people can find you for more information about Women of Valor 74 and John World 18? I think you told me the website. Yes. John World 18 already. So.
So you can find me. I'll just give you the one email so it won't be confusing. But womenofvalor74@gmail.com. That's WOMENOFVALOR74@gmail.com. Or my number is 484-561-2469. And I am on Instagram and Facebook under Woman of Valor 74 and John World _18. And that's a lot.
Yeah. So do you have any events coming up?
I just did last week was a crazy week. So actually, no, I am winding down because I am leaving on Thursday for my beautiful Florida vacation.
Wow. Where for Orlando?
No, it's Lauderdale Lakes, Florida.
Fort Lauderdale?
No, it's called Lauderdale Lakes.
Oh, I heard that. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going for 10 days.
So. Oh, I come in the New Year, like.
Yeah.
Rejuvenate. Rejuvenate. New ideas.
I'm coming back running. But yeah, it was a busy, crazy 2 weeks. So right now, like I said, I'm winding down because I plan on hitting 2022 running. We're going to have go back to my virtual workshops. Get things kicked off with my book. I've been writing my book, which I plan on releasing June of 2022.
All right, I'll do all this cafe, so I can have you come be a host of your event, or have you come out to the cafe, because it'll be my 6-year anniversary in July.
Oh, really?
I was cafe, so maybe
I'll hold it and release it in July. I like that. Look at God.
Yeah, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, that's a big deal to promote your own book, and that's a lot of courage to put yourself out there. A lot of courage.
Yeah, I'm taking it slow. I wanted to write a bigger book, but I'm starting off small. So it's basically kind of going to be like a 30-day journal devotional.
Okay.
So it will talk about some things that I have gone through, and it'll have my inspirational quote. It's for women. And it'll just give them some things to think about, and then I'll have a part where they can write in their journal with the questions to ponder as I say.
Oh, wonderful! That sounds awesome. I can't really wait. I can't wait. June, 6 months away. I cannot wait. Yeah. So, do you have any final words for us today about overcoming things you've been through in your life, and about being what you're doing right now, being a problem solver in community? Any final words for those who are watching right now, or who are aspiring to do that, and also for those who are lost someone?
Yeah. So I always say, in the darkest times of your life, there is a light. Darkness cannot overshadow light. We just have to find what that light is. And it could be the littlest thing. And an example, when my son first died, I wanted to die. But you know what? I found the light in my daughter. She kept me going. He was murdered November 25th. Christmas was December 25th. She wanted to put a tree up. I did not want to put a tree up. I put that tree up, angry as hell, but at that time she was only 8, and I was like, I can't do this to her. So in her pushing me to want to still live a normal life, it pushed me to be better every day, to be better for her. That was my light. And when I do what I do in the community with the young men, with the women, those are my healing moments because I am giving back, and it makes his light shine through me. So I always say, just hold on, just hold on. God never puts us through anything that we cannot get through. Yes, it hurts. Yes, we get angry with him. He know I was angry, all of that. But then I said, God, what do you want me to do with this? And henceforth, JawWorld_18. So just hold on. Find that little bit of light no matter what it is. You can get through it. You are still here. You are still a fighter. Shine that loved one's light through your life. Live for them because that's what they will want you to do.
Wow. Amen. Amen. That's a great way to close it. I know what to say about that. You know, just hold on. Just hold on. God, hold on. God's not changing hand. He will never leave you nor forsake. He knows what you've been through. So
and that's when He holds you tighter.
Yeah, yes, it does.
He holds you so tight. You just gotta
hold on.
You gotta hear His voice. You gotta release it to Him.
He got you.
Yeah.
He got you. Well,
absolutely.
Maxayn Gooden, it's been an honor. Thank you so much for being and Bishop, thank you. I know you probably watch this later, but thank you for the recommendation of your lady be on the show. I really appreciate you, brother. Keep doing your thing. Hope I get you on the show next year. So he's on my wish list. So like be on guest on my show. So thank you so much. I appreciate your story. I'm gonna support you. Go to JawWorld18.org. Women of Valor. I'm gonna support putting stuff out here so you can get more traction and get more things in store for you, and then also promote that scholarship as well for football players as well. Yeah. So thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Have a wonderful, safe trip in Florida. Enjoy the nice weather. Enjoy the nice weather. Enjoy the nice weather. Be safe. I hope that we can connect again. Hope we can connect on this cafe. The 56th anniversary, July. Yes, yeah. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great rest of your Saturday. Be safe and continue to be great. And like she just said, just hold on.